Cardi B screams in horror as doctors reveal shocking truth about her newborn's tragic condition. The hospital corridor was silent. Too silent. The kind of silence that squeezes your chest, that makes time feel like it's standing still, draining the very air from your lungs. Nurses moved quickly but carefully. Doctors whispered behind clipboards. The beeping of machines echoed through the sterile hallway like a cruel reminder that life was hanging by a fragile thread. And then, a scream. A scream so raw, so piercing, it sent shockwaves through the entire maternity wing. No. Please, not my baby. Cardi B cried, her voice cracking into a desperate wail as she collapsed against the wall, her trembling hands clutching her hospital gown. Just minutes earlier, the world-famous rapper had been smiling, glowing, basking in what should have been one of the happiest moments of her life. The birth of her newborn son with NFL star Stefon Diggs was meant to be a moment of pure celebration. The cameras were gone. The fans were waiting. The world thought it was a dream come true. But behind those hospital doors, a nightmare was unfolding. A birth that took a dark turn. The delivery had started normally. Cardi had been surrounded by specialists, top-tier doctors flown in specifically to ensure the safest experience possible. Stefon Diggs held her hand, whispering words of encouragement, promising their baby would be strong, that everything would be okay. The baby cried. The room sighed in relief. Tears of joy filled Cardi's eyes. But then, something changed. The baby's cries grew weak. His tiny body trembled. His breathing became shallow. A nurse exchanged a worried glance with the pediatric specialist. "Call neonatal now." From that moment, panic quietly took over. The doctor's devastating discovery. Hours later, Cardi sat in a small consultation room, her makeup streaked from non-stop tears, eyes swollen, breathing erratic. Stefon Diggs paced back and forth like a broken man trying to stay strong. Then the lead specialist walked in. His face said everything before his lips even moved. "Mrs. Cephas. Mr. Diggs, your son has been diagnosed with a rare and critical neonatal condition affecting his breathing and neurological responses." The room froze. Cardi blinked in disbelief. "What you mean?" He was crying. He moved. "He's my baby," she sobbed. The doctor lowered his gaze. "His organs are struggling to regulate oxygen properly. Without immediate and aggressive treatment, his condition could worsen rapidly." That was when Cardi screamed. A scream filled with fear, heartbreak, and a mother's primal instinct to protect her child. Cardi's emotional breakdown. She dropped to her knees, sobbing uncontrollably. "Take my life instead. Please. He just got here. He didn't even get a chance to live." Stefon rushed to hold her, but even his arms couldn't shield her from the unbearable pain of uncertainty. The rapper who once stood fearless on global stages, commanding millions, now looked like a shattered soul, a mother terrified of losing her child before she could even whisper, "I love you." Fans left in shock. When word leaked that the newborn was in critical condition, social media exploded. Hashtags flooded timelines. Hashtag pray for Cardi baby. Hashtag stay strong Cardi. Hashtag miracle for baby boy. Fans around the world lit candles, shared prayers, and expressed heartbreak for the couple. Even celebrities sent emotional messages of support. "No parent should ever go through this. We praying hard for your baby," one celebrity tweeted. A mother refuses to give up. Despite the tragedy, Cardi refused to leave her son's side. She sat by his incubator for hours, whispering love songs, humming lullabies, holding his little fingers through the tubes. "You strong, my king," she murmured through tears. "Mommy here, mommy not going nowhere." Doctors continued around-the-clock treatment, but the outcome remained uncertain. Every beep of the heart monitor felt like a lifetime. The emotional cliffhanger. As dawn broke through the hospital window, Stefon looked at Cardi, exhausted, pale, but still full of fierce motherly strength. We gotta believe. He our miracle, he whispered. Cardi nodded slowly, pressing her lips to the glass separating her from her baby. I don't care what nobody say, she said softly. My son gonna fight. And so will I. Will the newborn survive? Will this tragedy redefine Cardi B forever? Is a miracle on the way? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. This was a moment no amount of fame, money, or power could protect her from. A mother's worst nightmare. A baby's fight for life. And a world holding its breath. Warning: fictional story, for entertainment purposes only. Cardi B screams in horror, doctors reveal shocking truth about newborn's tragic condition. The hospital corridor, usually humming softly with the quiet rhythm of newborn life, froze in an instant. Nurses stopped mid-stride. Machines beeped louder. A sharp, blood-curdling scream sliced through the maternity floor, a scream so raw, so desperate, that everyone knew it could only come from a mother whose world had just shattered. It was Cardi B. Moments earlier, she had been smiling, tears of joy in her eyes as she cradled her newborn son, a child she had prayed for, dreamed of, and spoken to throughout her pregnancy. She had named him her miracle. Her fresh start. Her healing. But that dream collapsed the second the lead pediatric specialist walked in with a face drained of all reassurance. A moment that turned into a nightmare. Cardi had sensed something wasn't right. Her baby wasn't crying the way newborns usually do. His tiny chest rose slowly, unevenly. His fingers trembled faintly. The warmth she expected from his little body felt strangely cool. Why he breathing like that? She asked, trying to keep her voice playful, refusing to let fear creep in. No one answered immediately. A nurse exchanged a quick glance with another. A doctor gently took the baby from her arms, saying they just needed to run routine checks. But Cardi knew. A mother always knows. The doctor's horrifying discovery. After what felt like endless hours, Cardi and Stefan Diggs sat together in silence, hands clenched so tightly their fingers turned pale. Then came the words that detonated everything. Your son is suffering from a rare and aggressive neonatal neurological disorder, the doctor began carefully. It affects his motor functions, breathing rhythm, and brain development. We detected irregular activity that suggests the condition began before birth. Cardi blinked. Say that again but slower. He may not be able to develop normally. There is a significant risk of brain damage, seizures, and potential respiratory failure. The room blurred. Her scream followed. A sound not of fame, not of celebrity, not of performance, but of a mother realizing her baby was fighting a battle before even learning how to cry properly. Cardi collapses into tears. No. That's my baby. You gotta fix him, she sobbed, gripping Stefan's shirt. Doctors tried calming her, but Cardi's breakdown shook the room. She kissed her son's forehead repeatedly, whispering through tears. Mommy here, baby. Mommy not leaving you. You not going nowhere. Stefan stood rigid, his jaw clenched, tears streaking down his face. The fearless athlete who had conquered stadiums was now powerless against a diagnosis that felt like a death sentence. The shocking truth revealed. Further scans revealed the most devastating detail yet. The child's condition was classified as progressive, meaning it could worsen rapidly. Doctors explained there was no guaranteed cure, only experimental treatments, surgeries, and round-the-clock monitoring. There's a chance he may never walk, never talk, and possibly require life support, the specialist explained solemnly. The silence that followed was louder than any scream. Social media erupts. Within hours, rumors spread online. Fans noticed Cardi's sudden emotional livestream where she appeared numb, whispering, "Please pray for my baby. That's all I'm asking." The internet exploded. This is heartbreaking, broken heart. No mother deserves this pain. We stand with Cardi and her son. The world watched as glamour faded and raw humanity took over. A mother's promise. Despite the devastation, one thing became clear: Cardi refused to give up. She vowed to fly in specialists from around the world. She authorized experimental procedures. She slept beside her son's incubator, whispering songs, praying through tears. "You gonna fight, okay? Mommy fighting with you." Every beep of the machine became a prayer. Every breath he took felt like a small miracle. A love stronger than fear. Even as doctors prepared for potential complications, Cardi's strength began redefining her. From screaming in horror to standing in fierce determination, she transformed her pain into unwavering devotion. "This baby is my heart," she told a close friend. "Even if the world says impossible, I say we try." Will he survive? The future remains uncertain. The road ahead is brutal. But one thing is undeniable. This newborn, born into tragedy, is wrapped in a mother's love so powerful it defies despair itself. And as Cardi holds him close, whispering hope into his fragile soul, one truth echoes louder than fear. He is not alone. And neither is she.
쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주 행비행 신비한 세계로 나를 이끌고 거짓말처럼 하늘을 날며 어느새 제주 바다가 내게로 와 있네. 난 구름 위를 날고 있어. 아래엔 간혹 도시가 보이곤 해. 그 도시에는 또 다른 내가 하늘에 떠가는 비행기를 올려다보고 있겠지. 난 하늘을 보고 또 다른 나는 쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주행 비행 신비한 세계로 나를 이끌고 거짓말처럼